All right, our last speaker for the day, and last but not least, MIKE MICHALOWICZ. Globally recognized entrepreneurial advocate, author of multiple business books, including Profit First, The Pumpkin Plan, and What BusinessWeek Declared, an instant business cult classic, The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur. Can be heard regularly on his popular podcast for business owners, was a columnist for the Wall Street Journal and the Open Forum for American Express. He's the small business expert that MSNBC turns to host their small business makeover segments on Your Business, and he's the entrepreneur behind 3 multi-million-dollar companies. Today, Mike's here to help you make your business more successful. His presentation is called Behavioral Marketing, Inspiring an Entrepreneurial Spirit in Your Employees. Please give a level 10 welcome to MIKE MICHALOWICZ.
It's Mike Heiner, welcome. Thank you. Thanks, Dan. Thanks so much. Wow. And thank you. What a warm welcome that is from everyone. And please join me in thanking Dan for putting on such a phenomenal event. And Kevin O'Leary this morning, Mr. Wonderful, I called my wife. I said, his presentation was mind-blowing. I said, I wish I was Mr. Wonderful. What do you think about that nickname? To my wife. And she goes, well, you're more of a Mr. Better is not better. Different is better. If there's one thing I want you to learn before we wrap up today, it's this ultimate lesson, that better is in fact not better, different is better. Remember 3rd grade science class? My teacher was Mrs. Morrison, and Mrs. Morrison sat us down and she gave us the ultimate lesson in the importance of being different. It was science class, and we were talking about biology. And remember the discussion around the hunters and the gatherers? The hunters were the men, and the gatherers were the women. And the hunters would go out into the woods, and they would look for the prey that they were hunting, antelope or saber-toothed tigers, whatever the fare was for the day. And they'd be hunting through the woods. And under their feet would be the crunching leaves as they slowly hunted for the animal. But the crunching leaves very quickly became familiar and got ignored. It wasn't important. It was just crunching leaves or sticks under their feet. What they were paying attention for was something different, a noise that they didn't expect. And you see, the faster they walked or moved quicker, it maybe made louder, better noise under their feet, but they didn't hear it. The caveman mind was designed to ignore that. It was designed to pay attention to something different. So when they heard hoof prints in the distance or a screech or a cracking branch over there, they froze and they paid absolute attention to it. Because the caveman mind knew that something different meant that there was an opportunity or a threat. Well, go to the gatherers. Mrs. Morrison, 3rd grade, explained that the women were the gatherers, and they would go and collect berries and fruits and vegetation in the area to feed the tribe. Well, when they were looking, sometimes they would find something new, something they'd never seen before. And they would look at that potentially delicious red berry, but it could be poisonous. It could actually kill the tribe, or it could be vegetation that will feed the entire tribe. So they paid absolute attention to that different berry. That lesson in science class taught us one of the most important lessons of how humanity operates. Yes, societies move very quickly, technology has grown explosively, but our minds haven't changed much. We are still wired to notice different instantly and to pay absolute attention to it until we identify that's an opportunity or a threat. But we're also designed to ignore better. Louder, stamping, crunching leaves, we simply ignore. What I want to share with you are some specific actions you can take in your business. The wonderful thing about these techniques, they cost nothing, but they all play into the behavioral psychology, the hardwiring of your customers' minds. I'll start off with a story of how I did this. I was working with a security company. There's security, I don't know if you noticed in this building, but the security guards are commonly in all different spaces and buildings. I'm from the New York area, so it's very popular there. And this small security company called me in 2008 as we were experiencing the steepest part of the recession. And they said, we have a big problem. We are a small security firm. We have about 50 employees, where the big competitors down the street have thousands of employees, if not hundreds. And as a result, as buildings are having less occupancy, the building managers are coming to the security firms and saying, you better charge less for your service. And the big companies can compete on price, but us, the little small firm, we can't. What do?